My child, there are moments in life that appear ordinary on the surface, yet heaven quietly arranges them into turning points no one could have predicted. This is one of those moments. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What you are about to hear is unlike anything you expected. A secret has remained hidden for longer than anyone realized, and today the first piece of that mystery begins to unfold. Long before you noticed the strange feelings in your heart, your soulmate was carrying a silent burden they could never explain. They often found themselves thinking about a place they could not forget, a place connected to hope, promises, and dreams they believed would never come true. They never understood why that place kept returning to their thoughts. They believed it belonged to their past, but destiny had already decided it belonged to their future. And somehow, that future was always connected to you. Don't skip, because every sentence brings you closer to the truth. Imagine discovering that something protected in complete silence was never meant to remain hidden forever. Imagine realizing that every delay, every unanswered question, every unexpected twist was quietly leading toward one extraordinary revelation. Your soulmate never imagined the day would come when this hidden property would no longer represent an old chapter, but instead become the beginning of an entirely new one. The greatest surprise is not that the property exists. The greatest surprise is who it now belongs to. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story becomes even more unbelievable from this point forward. There were whispers no one paid attention to, tiny details everyone ignored, conversations that seemed meaningless at the time. Yet every one of those moments was preparing this exact revelation. While others were looking in one direction, destiny was moving in another. Even your soulmate could not see what was happening behind the scenes. They believed everything was slipping away, when in reality everything was quietly moving into its perfect place. If your heart feels strangely drawn to these words, that is because this story is unfolding exactly when it is meant to. Keep watching. Don't skip. There is one detail about the address itself that changes everything, and when that final piece is revealed, nothing will seem ordinary again. Some discoveries arrive with loud celebrations. Others arrive in complete silence, carrying a weight that words can barely describe. This is one of those discoveries. The address connected to this hidden property is not important because of its size or appearance. It is important because of what it represents. It answers questions no one even knew they were asking. It explains why certain paths unexpectedly crossed, why certain opportunities suddenly appeared, and why your soulmate could never fully walk away from the feeling that someone special was always waiting just beyond the next chapter. Stay with me. Don't skip. The biggest revelation has not arrived yet. Something once believed impossible is about to make perfect sense, and when the final connection is revealed, you may understand why this moment feels different from every other story you have ever heard. Before we continue, type the angel number 111 if you are ready to discover what destiny has been quietly preparing, because the next part opens a door that has remained closed until now. A quiet shift had already begun before anyone noticed it. Your soulmate woke up with an unexplainable feeling that something hidden for years was finally ready to come into the light. They could not explain why familiar memories suddenly felt different, or why an old document, once forgotten, seemed impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every moment from here forward brings another piece of the mystery into focus. What made this discovery extraordinary was not the property itself. It was the realization that every clue pointed toward a future they had never expected to share. The more they searched, the more impossible the story became. Every paper seemed to answer one question while creating an even bigger one. Then one small detail appeared where no one expected it. It was not highlighted. It was not announced. It simply waited to be noticed. The moment your soulmate recognized that detail, they fell completely silent. They whispered to themselves, "This cannot be happening." Yet deep inside, they knew the truth had finally started revealing itself. Stay with me, because the next discovery changes everything. Don't skip. Imagine learning that what seemed like an ordinary location had been connected to your journey long before you ever knew it existed. Suddenly, random moments no longer looked random. Unexpected meetings no longer seemed accidental. Every delay began to feel like perfect timing. That is why this story feels so different. It is not about coincidence, it is about connections that only become visible when the right moment arrives. There is still one secret no one has uncovered yet, and it is hidden inside the address itself. That final piece explains why this property carries meaning far beyond land or walls. It represents a promise that refused to disappear, even when everyone believed the story had already ended. Don't skip. The most surprising revelation is still ahead, and once it is uncovered, the entire picture will look completely different. If you feel that something meaningful is about to unfold, type the angel number 777 below, because the next chapter reveals the hidden message that changed your soulmate's understanding forever. An unexpected memory returned without warning. Your soulmate was not searching for answers anymore, yet the answers seemed determined to find them. A single conversation reopened a door they believed had been closed forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened next made every unanswered question feel as though it had been leading to this exact moment. The address connected to the hidden property was never just a location on a map. It carried a story. A story of waiting, of hope, and of a future that refused to disappear even when circumstances tried to bury it beneath years of silence. Your soulmate slowly realized that every road they had taken had somehow pointed back toward this place. It was as if destiny had been leaving quiet signs all along, but only now were they becoming impossible to ignore. Every document they reviewed revealed another small clue. Every forgotten memory seemed to fit together like pieces of a puzzle. The deeper they looked, the more incredible the picture became. Then they noticed something no one else had paid attention to before. It was a tiny detail that completely changed the meaning of everything they thought they understood. They stopped, looked again, and whispered, "Now it finally makes sense." Don't skip. The biggest revelation has still not arrived. The property itself was valuable, but its greatest treasure was never measured by its appearance. Its true value came from the promise connected to it, a promise that time could not erase. That realization filled your soulmate with emotions they had kept hidden for far too long. They understood that some blessings do not arrive quickly because they are being prepared with extraordinary care. The address now felt less like a destination and more like the beginning of an entirely new chapter. Every unexpected delay suddenly looked like protection. Every disappointment suddenly looked like preparation. Stay till the end, because the next discovery explains why this place has been quietly connected to your story from the very beginning. There is one final clue still hidden in plain sight, and once it is revealed, nothing about this journey will feel ordinary again. If you feel your heart pulling you toward the next part, type the angel number 888 because the most astonishing connection is about to come into the light. The silence surrounding this mystery could not last forever. Every hidden piece was moving into its proper place, and your soulmate could feel it even before they understood it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happens next is the moment this incredible journey begins to reveal its deepest meaning. Your soulmate returned to the old records one final time, expecting nothing new. But that day was different. A forgotten note, tucked away where almost no one would ever think to look, caught their attention. It was only a few words long, yet those words completely changed the direction of their thoughts. Suddenly, the property was no longer just a possession. It became a symbol of a promise that had quietly survived every setback, every delay, and every unanswered question. They realized that the true treasure was never hidden inside the building itself. It was hidden inside the purpose connected to it. That realization left them completely speechless. Don't skip, because the next discovery is even more astonishing. As your soulmate reflected on everything that had happened, they understood that every unexpected turn had been preparing them for this exact revelation. What once looked like loss now looked like preparation. What once felt confusing now looked perfectly arranged. They could finally see a pattern that had been invisible for so long. Every step had been leading toward one extraordinary destination. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is still one detail about the address that has not yet been revealed, and it carries a meaning no one expected. The closer your soulmate came to uncovering it, the stronger the feeling became that this story was far bigger than anyone had imagined. It was no longer about ownership. It was about purpose, timing, and a future that had quietly been waiting for the perfect moment to unfold. If these words resonate with you, type the angel number 444 below and let your faith shine. And if this journey has stirred your heart so far, gently share this video with someone who could use a little hope today. There is still one final layer to uncover, and when it is revealed, the connection between you, your soulmate, and this remarkable address will become clearer than ever before. Don't skip. The greatest revelation is closer than you think. A single realization changed everything. Your soulmate stood completely still, looking at the final collection of clues, and for the first time they understood why nothing in this journey had happened by accident. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The mystery that once seemed impossible to understand was finally beginning to reveal its true shape. Every unanswered question was leading toward one breathtaking conclusion. The hidden property had never been placed into the story to impress anyone. It existed to reveal that some blessings remain unseen until the exact moment they are needed. Your soulmate felt an overwhelming sense of peace because they could finally see the bigger picture. Every delay had protected something precious. Every closed door had quietly redirected them toward a better path. Then another remarkable discovery appeared. It was not a dramatic announcement or a shocking interruption. It was a simple detail that had been overlooked by everyone else. Yet that small detail carried extraordinary meaning. It connected the address to a promise your soulmate had almost forgotten. In that instant, they smiled with quiet amazement, realizing that what once seemed impossible had been unfolding all along. Stay till the end. Don't skip. The biggest revelation has still not been spoken aloud. As your soulmate reflected on the journey, they realized that the address itself represented far more than a destination. It symbolized a new beginning, a place where fear no longer had the final word and hope could finally take its rightful place. Every memory now pointed toward the same truth: the future was never built on coincidence. It was built one faithful step at a time. There is one final secret still hidden behind this extraordinary story, and it explains why this property became connected to your path in such an unexpected way. When that last piece is revealed, everything you have heard so far will fit together perfectly. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. If you believe remarkable moments often arrive when they are least expected, type the angel number 999 below, because the next part brings the final connection that changes the meaning of this entire journey forever. The final connection did not arrive with noise. It arrived with quiet certainty. Your soulmate took one last look at everything they had uncovered, and suddenly every missing piece settled into place. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth was greater than anyone had imagined. The secret property had never been the destination, it had always been the sign pointing toward a brand new chapter. The address that once seemed so mysterious no longer represented a location alone. It represented the end of uncertainty and the beginning of clarity. Your soulmate realized that the value of this discovery was not measured by land, walls, or documents. It was measured by what it awakened inside their heart. Hope replaced doubt. Peace replaced confusion. Confidence replaced fear. They finally understood why every unexpected turn had happened exactly when it did. Nothing had been wasted. Every delay had been preparing this very moment. Stay with me. Don't skip. The greatest surprise is still unfolding. As your soulmate looked toward the future, they understood that the most meaningful inheritance was never something that could be held in their hands. It was the opportunity to build a future filled with purpose, trust, and new beginnings. The address had become a symbol, a reminder that what is truly meant for your journey cannot be lost forever. It simply waits for the right season to be revealed. Looking back, every unanswered question suddenly carried an answer. Every difficult season suddenly carried meaning. Every unexpected pause had quietly become part of a much larger plan. That realization brought a deep sense of gratitude unlike anything they had ever experienced. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because this story does not end with a property. It ends with a promise that tomorrow can be greater than yesterday. If this journey has encouraged your heart, type the angel number 1212 below as a reminder that hope often arrives in the most unexpected ways. And remember this. Sometimes the greatest treasure is not the place you discover, it is the person you become while finding your way there. A new dawn quietly unfolded, and your soulmate realized that the story had never truly been about a hidden address. It had always been about the extraordinary path that led both of your journeys toward the same destination. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Just when they believed every secret had already been uncovered, one final realization appeared. It was so simple that it had remained invisible the entire time. The property had become a reminder that life's greatest gifts often arrive after seasons of patience, growth, and unexpected detours. Every step that once felt confusing now carried unmistakable purpose. Your soulmate looked back and smiled, understanding that every unanswered question had quietly guided them toward wisdom instead of disappointment. The mysterious address was no longer something to search for. It had become a symbol of a future built on trust, hope, and the courage to keep moving forward even when the road seemed uncertain. Stay with me. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one last lesson hidden inside this incredible journey. Your soulmate finally understood that what truly belonged to them could never be taken away by time, distance, or changing circumstances. What was meant to remain would always find its way back at the perfect moment. That truth filled their heart with a peace they had never experienced before. Suddenly, the fears that once seemed overwhelming became much smaller. The endless wondering came to an end. They were no longer chasing signs because they had become confident in the path unfolding before them. Every chapter, every delay, every unexpected twist had shaped them into someone ready for a brighter tomorrow. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the greatest chapter is not behind you, it is the one that has not yet been written. If this story has inspired you, type the angel number 2222 below as a sign of hope and new beginnings. As this journey closes, remember one simple truth: sometimes the greatest inheritance is not a place you receive, but the faith, strength, and purpose you discover along the way. And perhaps that is the most remarkable address of all, the place where hope finally feels at home.
One final page remained unopened. Your soulmate almost walked away, believing there was nothing left to discover. But something deep inside whispered, "Look one more time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you." That single decision changed everything. Hidden behind the last document was not another surprise about ownership, but a reminder that the greatest chapters of life begin only after the longest seasons of waiting. Your soulmate stood there in complete silence, realizing this entire journey had transformed them from someone searching for answers into someone finally ready to receive them. The address no longer felt mysterious. It felt familiar, as though destiny had been pointing toward it with quiet signs all along. Every delay, every unexpected turn, every moment of uncertainty now fit together perfectly. Nothing had been random. Nothing had been wasted. Every step had prepared this extraordinary moment. Stay with me. Don't skip. The most meaningful revelation is happening right now. Your soulmate understood that the Real inheritance was never limited to land or a building. It was the opportunity to begin again with greater wisdom, deeper gratitude, and stronger faith than ever before. That realization filled their heart with hope unlike anything they had ever experienced. Suddenly, they stopped asking, "Why did this happen?" and began asking, "What beautiful future is waiting from here?" That single change in perspective opened a completely new chapter. Every closed door they once regretted now looked like protection. Every delay now looked like preparation. Every unexpected ending now looked like the beginning of something far greater. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because this story does not finish with a hidden property. It continues with a future filled with possibilities that no one could have imagined at the start. If this journey has touched your heart, type the angel number 5555 below as a reminder that new beginnings often arrive quietly before they become unforgettable. And remember this as you leave today: the most valuable destination is never simply an address on a page. It is the place where hope, purpose, and courage finally meet, opening a future brighter than anything you once believed possible. The story should have ended here, but destiny had prepared one final surprise. Your soulmate took a deep breath, believing every mystery had already been solved. Then something happened that no one had expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they carefully looked over everything one last time, they realized the hidden property had done something far more valuable than changing ownership. It had changed their heart forever. They no longer saw life through the eyes of disappointment. They saw it through the eyes of possibility. Every unanswered prayer, every unexpected delay, every silent season suddenly became part of one extraordinary masterpiece. What once looked like a maze now looked like a perfectly designed path. That was the moment your soulmate stopped searching for what had been lost and started embracing what had been waiting for them all along. Stay with me. Don't skip. The biggest lesson has just arrived. They understood that the mysterious address was never meant to leave people speechless because of its location. It was meant to leave them speechless because of the journey it represented. A journey where patience became strength. Where uncertainty became wisdom. Where hope became brighter with every passing day. Suddenly, everything felt different. The future no longer looked uncertain. It looked full of opportunity. Every chapter that once seemed unfinished now felt complete, and every fear that once seemed overwhelming quietly faded into the background. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because the greatest discovery is this: sometimes the greatest blessing is not receiving something unexpected, it is becoming the person who is finally ready to receive it. Your soulmate smiled with quiet confidence, knowing that every step had prepared them for a future greater than they had ever imagined. If this journey has inspired you from the very beginning, type the angel number 7777 below as a symbol of hope, new beginnings, and unwavering faith. And remember this: as the story comes to its final close, the most unforgettable address is not found on a map. It is the place where your purpose, your hope, and your future finally come together, exactly when the time is right. The journey has reached its final chapter, yet the greatest message has been waiting until this very moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate closed the final folder and looked ahead instead of behind. For the first time in a very long while, they no longer felt trapped by questions. They felt surrounded by quiet confidence. The mystery of the hidden property had done exactly what it was meant to do. It reminded them that life often protects its greatest surprises until the heart is ready to understand them. Looking back, every unexpected delay had become a blessing in disguise. Every closed door had redirected them toward something better. Every moment of uncertainty had quietly strengthened them for the future that was now unfolding. That was the real miracle of the journey. It was never about finding a secret place. It was about discovering a new version of themselves. Stay with me. Don't skip. The final revelation is here. Your soulmate realized that the address everyone was waiting to see was never meant to impress the eyes, it was meant to awaken the heart. It represented peace after confusion. Hope after waiting. Joy after countless unanswered moments. The greatest inheritance was not written on paper. It was written through every lesson, every challenge, and every step that led them forward without them even realizing it. As they smiled, they whispered, "Now I understand." Everything had happened for a reason. Nothing had been meaningless. Nothing had been forgotten. Every chapter had been carefully placed into the story to create this unforgettable ending. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because this message is not only about your soulmate. It is also a reminder that the most meaningful blessings often arrive in ways we never expect. If this story stayed with you until the very end, type the angel number 1010 below as a symbol of fresh beginnings and unwavering hope. Carry this final thought with you today: the greatest destination in life is not simply a place you arrive at. It is the moment you discover that hope, faith, and purpose have been walking beside you all along, preparing you for a future brighter than you ever imagined.